My name is Campbell Marshall. I am a second-year student at the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, and I am one of two co-presidents of Out4Biz, which is the LGBT student organization at Wharton. So one thing we've pushed really hard on is kind of ally relationships and including allies in Out4Biz. We're really thrilled that this year is the largest Out4Biz has ever been, and we're at about 560 members, which is about a third of the entire school are full members of our club. So we're really pushing that angle because we're focusing on something that we are referring to as equality leadership. The idea that, you know, a lot of people go to learn technical things at business school, but they also learn leadership, and they take whatever leadership skills they've learned and hopefully go to lead organizations, and they'll, you know, carry those lessons with them. Women traditionally have been a underrepresented part of business schools, and you know that is also reflected in the lesbian community and LGBT clubs at schools across the country and across the world. And we're also thrilled at Wharton to have more than doubled the number of female LGBTs that we have at Wharton this year over last year. I mean, the LGBT class also is almost twice as big as it was last year, so we're just growing tremendously. It's a really exciting time for us at Wharton. I think one big challenge that we kind of are continuously running up against, and the officers of our club and also the admissions office at Wharton have done an extraordinary job of tackling the challenge, but it surrounds admissions. We still face some of these old stereotypes that I think follow us around from maybe 10, 15 years ago. And reflective of that same stereotype is the idea that Wharton's kind of a stiff, stuffy, you know, good old boy type place, and it's just not that way at all. We get goosebumps when the first years that are here now, when we go out and socialize with them, and they say, you know, I was looking at Stanford, or I was looking at, you know, wherever else, all these other great schools, and we got here and met all of you guys, and you know, saw what a great presence Out4Biz was, and the fact that Out4Biz is basically it is the largest social club on campus. And they said once we saw what a presence you guys had, this is where we wanted to come, and they're so thrilled to be there. I don't think my advice would really be any different for an LGBT or a non-LGBT student. The admissions offices at all of these schools, you know, all of us have, whether it's Wharton or any other place, we've all kind of been through the gauntlet with all of them. And they, you know, they're great. They have great admissions officers, and they recognize kind of that everybody has their own personal, individual story. And so I'd say that's probably the most important thing, regardless of who you are, is be true to who you are. Let yourself kind of shine through. They get bored of reading these things, these essays, and you know, if you entertain them, they're going to remember you. And so for a lot of, I guess specifically to LGBT students, you know, I talked about it in my applications. And for a lot of LGBT students, I think the story of your, you know, being gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender is one of the most passionate things that's happened in your background, in your lifetime, and it evokes passion when you talk about it. And so if you take the opportunity to talk about that in some way, you tend to come out with a much stronger application.